Not everyone who grows older actually grows up. Maturity is not all about age. It is about how you handle conflict, how you control your emotion, your communication with people, or how you communicate in a relationship, and also how you handle life challenges. In this video, I will reveal to you 8 signs of emotional maturity and how to know that you're emotionally matured. So stick around and watch this video till the end, because at the end of this video, you might start changing your perspectives about life. The first sign of emotional maturity is you start to control your emotion. When things happen, you don't react or respond to it based on your immediate feelings. Instead of you reacting immediately, you pause, you think, and you analyze and ask yourself whether it's worth your energy, your time, or response. If it is something that worth it, you respond to it calmly. If it is not something that worth it, you walk away from it. Control emotion doesn't mean you don't feel anger, pain, jealousy, or disappointed when things happen or when things did not go your way, because we know how frustrating it can be when things happen, or some people can intentionally provoke you just to get your response. It doesn't mean you don't feel it. It simply means you feel them, but you don't let them drive your behavior. And that act is not weakness, rather it is strength. When you master how to control your emotion, you have solved almost 60% of your problem. The second sign is you start taking responsibility. You stop blaming people, life, or situation when things happen to you, especially when things that does not favor you happened. Instead of you blaming people, you start taking responsibility of it, or being accountable for it. Because when you keep on blaming people for everything that happened in your life, it will make you not to learn and grow. You can only grow when you learn, and you can only learn when you start being accountable for things that happen in your life. That is when you start seeing your flaws and your imperfection. Instead of throwing tantrum, blaming people for it, you start taking correction. Look at your imperfection and start correcting yourself. Instead of blaming people, you calm down and check well and identify where you're not doing well or where you're not getting it right, and start adjusting. Because if you see yourself as a perfect person, you can never grow. And it also make you to apologize to people when you offend them and say I'm sorry when you offend them. But when you lack accountability, you will blame life, you will blame people. Everything will continue to be people's fault. You always be Mr. or Mrs. Right. You can never take correction, and that particular behavior can make you stop. It can make you not to grow, and it can make you to continue to walk in circle. Because you can only grow when you start to identify your weaknesses, when you start to identify where you're not getting right, and start adjusting. The third sign is you don't argue to win. You stop arguing unnecessarily. You don't argue to win or to prove that you're right. You argue to understand. You argue to carry people along, or sometimes you simply walk away because you have started to realize that peace is more important than trying to prove right, especially to people that don't want to understand you. There are some people, if you're having an argument with them, they will always want to be a winner. Whether they are making sense or they are not making sense, they don't care. All they care about is for them to be a winner. So why dealing with such a people, instead of wasting your time or your energy on them, sometimes you simply walk away, especially when you notice that they are not there to understand you. Because the worst person that you can argue with, someone that has already made up their mind not to understand you. Like, don't someone that has already closed that door mentally not to understand you. You are just wasting your time. When argue with them, they are not in the argument to understand or to learn. They are just in the argument to win the argument, or just to protect their pride. Oh, they can never be the loser. So when you find yourself in such situation, instead of you wasting your strength or wasting your energy, you simply walk away from it and let them be the winner. It is not necessary. The fourth sign is you choose peace over unnecessary drama. You don't entertain or welcome unnecessary fights or conflicts from people. Even when people seek for your trouble, you quietly avoid them. That is not weakness, that is wisdom, because you prioritize your sanity and you don't want anything that will affect it. Because sometimes people can intentionally seek for your trouble just to get your reaction and hold it against you. Once you react to it, they will use your reaction or your response to them against you, but they won't say what they did or what they said to you that prompted you to react the way you reacted towards them or to say what you said to them. They won't say that. So you avoid unnecessary conflict, and you also reduce gossip around you, because gossip is one of the things that can drain your energy. You're not avoiding them because they are bad, you're avoiding them because you want to protect your mental space, and you're also choosing peace over chaos. The fifth sign is you set boundaries without feeling guilty. You start to say no when it is necessary. You say no to things that does not align with you, things that does not go well with you. You say no to it, and stop being people's pleaser. You stop being the kind of person that put people's happiness first before her own. Stop shrinking yourself just to make other people's comfortable. And you become the kind of person that stop over explaining yourself to people just because you want them to understand you. Because no matter what you do, some people will like you, some people won't like you. That is nature. Everybody must not like you. Everyone must not align with you. So you put your energy on people that align with you and forget those that does not align with you. And also you start to limit people's access to you, knowing fully well that not everyone deserve your energy, your time. This does not mean you are selfish. You're not selfish. You're just trying to protect your space. You're just trying to put yourself first, and that is not selfish. That is boundary. And anybody that loves and respects you should respect your boundary. The sixth sign is you forgive easily, but you don't forget the lesson. You start to forgive people when they wrong you, knowing fully well that they are human and they are imperfect. And as long as you're associating with human, definitely people will wrong you, and you need to forgive. And forgiving them is not like doing them favor. You do it because you are doing it to yourself. Forgiveness is what you own yourself and not to them. When people wrong you and you forgive them, you let go of bitterness and grudges, and it will make you to be more happier and make you to have more positivities around you. But when you hold on to grudges, onto hatred, it will make you to continue to live in bitterness, and it will make you not to find joy. And looking at it, at the end of it, you are the one losing and not even them. Because sometimes the truth is that the ones that offend you don't even know that they offend you. Sometimes if you ask them, they will still be proving right that they did not offend you. Some of them, they will know that they offend you, but pride will not let them to ask for forgiveness or to come to you. But you don't need to wait for them to come to you and say, I'm sorry. You just need to forgive them. You are not doing them a favor. You are doing yourself a favor. But even when you forgive them, don't forget about the lesson that you learned. Because the lesson that you learned from those things, or from what they did to you, will help you tomorrow. It will also help you to do life. But you just need to forgive them and let everything go, just for your own peace. The seventh sign is you stop seeking for people's validation. You don't depend on people's compliments for you to feel worthy, for you to understand your value. You applaud or clap for yourself even when no one is clapping for you. You don't seek for people's attention or seek for people's love for you to feel love. You start to love yourself unconditionally, with or without people's approval. You begin to understand your value and your worth. This does not mean that you are perfect. You know that you are not perfect, but you are not ashamed of your imperfection. And you know that you are enough. You choose happiness and does not depend on people for you to feel happy. With or without people, you are happy. You find happiness within yourself. The eighth sign is you outgrow some people and you accept it. You understand that not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. Some people can just wake up one day and decide to walk away from your life. Not because you offend them or wrong them, but they just don't want to do it anymore. And you just have to accept it with good faith. Not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. Some people that is in your life now, or some people that you will even meet in future, some of them are not meant to be in your life forever. Some of them will be in your life for a season, and once that season is over, they will go. So you accept that not everyone is meant to be in your life forever, and that is also fine. And you don't feel offended, and that will not also stop you from moving forward. So emotional maturity is choosing peace over chaos, wisdom over impulse, and peace over pride. If you can control your emotion instead of letting them control you, you are growing, and growth is power. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and also drop your comments. See you on my next upload. Bye.